My name is Justin Miller Mihtukwsun. I'm from the Stockbridge-Munsee Band of Mohican tribe. Our reservation is up in northern Wisconsin, and the art form that I'm practicing as part of this cohort, the woodland style flute. The opportunity, especially with the flute, to both preserve and sort of generate, I guess, teachings and practices around it. It's an instrument that doesn't have a lot written about it, and much of it is oral tradition. And so the opportunity to kind of hone my craft and then work with other Native people to talk about the flute and what it means has been amazing. Today, we're going to do a little bit of a nature walk, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how art forms that we pass down in our communities are ways to learn lessons. And I'm going to talk about how the flute can help us sort of learn lessons about how we exist in the natural world. Flute, for me, has been, as I've reconnected and learned the flute from my dad and started to teach my kids who are 5 and 3 about the flute, it's been transcendent and humbling experience to be sort of like a channel for that beauty and knowledge. Like there's times in life where you're like, I don't know what to say. The flute and art in general can be something that communicates in a way that transcends language, right? So past histories, there's things that maybe we're sad about or things that are joyful and happy, and it's just like all this big swirl. So for me, at least, the flute is a good way to sort of like channel those things or sort of just interplay with those things. I was really drawn to this cohort for the opportunity to work with other Native people and bounce ideas off them, learn from them, and share and collaborate about Native culture. This next generation that's coming up faces a whole host of challenges in the world at large, and the knowledge that Native people can share and our ways of knowing are dynamic and alive, at least in the indigenous worldview, and this idea of like harmony, right? And that doesn't have to look how we assume order and structure and systems always look, right? But our relationship to the natural world is a lot of times misinterpreted, that it's like simply primitive, right? That it's like, oh, it's undeveloped. That's why it's like this way. But in fact, a lot of like modern anthropology and modern research shows that it's deeper than that. I think they're hungry for this type of knowledge and these ways of knowing. And so it's very crucial as Native people for us to share with a humble and kind spirit our knowledge. And it's exciting. How do I relate to creation or spirituality? And then how do I relate to like the earth and my environment? If we ask ourselves this and we think about existing in that way, it's a powerful shift in worldview. So that's just one thing that's really important to me. The tribe that I come from is the Stockbridge-Munsee Band of Mohicans. We have this symbol in our tribe called the many trails symbol. So what the many trails symbol represents is essentially like this idea that endurance, hope, and the spirit of our people persist across many trails. In some ways, like this idea of dynamic and persistence and hope and beauty, it's related to those things, right? And like we can take that agency back and tell our stories in such a way that's not like, oh, these bad things happened to us. These are things that happened, yes, but we're taking those stories and we're making them like a part of who we are, and it's like empowering in that way.